use the length property inside a for loop to cycle through and change the style of all matching nodes at once. So here's my boilerplate code. I'm going to look at how you can loop through a node list. The thing is that you cannot change the style of an entire node list folder all at once. So you need a way to be able to open the folder, check the length, and then change each paragraph item one by one. And that is the exact use of loop that we are going to be making use of in this particular example. So let's look at what we need to do in the HTML part and in the script part. So in the HTML part, I'm just going to add 2 paragraph elements here. So let's call it Hello Lagos. So Hello Nairobi. So these 2 paragraphs are added in the HTML section. So now that we've done that, let's move inside our script section. And before we actually write anything inside our script section, there's something that is also needed to be added in our HTML part in order to be able to show us the process that needs to be followed before a reasonable output can be displayed to us. So number one thing I want to first add is I want to add text as well. And I want to put this text inside this place. So I'll put it here. So let me just say, okay, click the button to change the color. To change the color. Because we want to change the color of all the instances of P elements on the page. So this text suits it right. Click the button to change the color of all P elements. So this means that we need to make a button in order to be able to do this. So let me go ahead and add a button. So let me make a button and give it an ID of BTN, which I've already styled. And then let's say try now. Let me use that text. Try now. And now we can see the button, or click me. Just anything. Click me. Yeah, good. So if I click it as it is now, it is not going to do anything because we've not attached anything to it. So let's now move on and go into the script start section. So in the script, we need a function. And that function is what is going to enable us to be able to run our button in order to be able to change our element color. So I'll make a function and call that function, let's call it button change. You can give your function any name. I'm just giving it this name for the sake of the example that I am doing. So then I can make a variable, my NodeList, call it anything. So I need to first select using the document to query all the instances of P that is on my page. So I have done that now. Now that I've done this, I can now use the for method. It's a loop method in order to loop over every instance of P element that has been collected for me on the page. So for let I, that is the starting point, equals to 0. This can be anything. It can be any name. So I'm just using I because it's a common convention in JavaScript. So as long as this I is less than my NodeList dot its length, then keep incrementing I until it reaches its end. So once it reaches its end, then bring my variable again, my NodeList, and then pass in the value of whatever is gotten inside this I in an index format like this. And then apply your style to it, your style.color. I want to change color equals to red or equals to blue. So here is my functions completed and done, ready to work. But as it is now, what do you think is going to happen if I go ahead and click on the button? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, it is not going to do anything. If I click on it, you can see that nothing is changing. And that is because when you are making use of buttons in JavaScript, it always has an on-click property that listens for something. Either you hover on it or you want to click on it. So I have missed out that property when I made my button, and that is the reason why it's actually not working. So in order to make this work, then I'll come back to my button element and add an on-click property. On-click, you can see a variable of what you can add to a button as property. So in my own case, I need the on-click, and for that on-click, I'll just call my function, that is button change, and I'll call it this way. If I go ahead and click on it, you can see that all instances of P on my page have changed to color blue. As you can see, look at the heading part, look at this, look at this, look at even the footer. So as long as this let property can find any instances of what has been selected with the query selector, then it will pick it and then it will run. So the document or query selector purpose is to find all the key tags on the page and store them together in this my variable called my node list. So the my node list.length here counts the item that is available in the list. So since there are about 7 or 8 of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so since there are about 6 of it, so it equals to the number that we have. And then the for loop method that we have here starts a counter I equals to 0 at 0, and then it will run the loop exact 6 times. That is for indices of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it runs it 6 times. And then once it does that, then the my node list here .start.all up, it will now target each paragraph individually and change its color to blue on each turn of the loop. So this is how the length property works. Key takeaways from this lesson: number 1, let property tells the loop exactly how many times to run, so it doesn't skip element or crash. And number 2, my node list with this my node list with the 0 index method target each specific node one by one using the loop counter. So whatever result is gotten from here is being used alongside this in order to apply the color to all of them.